Okay, I'm sure you're all here with an intention to score good marks, and you're in class 10 now, isn't it?
Yes,
So all of you are wishing to score very good marks. And children, how does that scoring of high marks will come? By continuous working and persistence. When I say persistence, this reminds me to tell you a small story. Once it so happened that a group of frogs were crossing a forest. And in that group of frogs, when they were crossing the forest, two of them accidentally fall into a pit which is deep. And now they try to come out of the pit. Because it was a deep pit, all the other frogs which were seeing them from the top discouraged them, saying that not to make any effort because it's too deep a pit. It will not be possible for them to come out of the pit. But then two of these frogs started trying again and again to jump out of the pit. From the top, these friends of the frogs which were on the top, they constantly discouraged them not to do any of these efforts. It will be vain. They cannot jump out of the pit. Listening to this, one of the frogs in the pit, it decided not to give any try, and it fell into an even more deeper pit and it died. But the other one, which did not listen to its friends, kept on trying, and one final effort, it was able to come out of the pit. And when it came up, all its other friends asked him, "We were continuously telling you not to try. Why did you do this again?" For which it replies, "I thought you were all encouraging me because it had some hearing problem. So it thought that all its friends are encouraging the frog to come out of the pit, and then it came out." The moral is that the two important things here. Persistence always will have its own results. Whether the outside world may encourage or may discourage, that is immaterial. As long as you're continuously trying, definitely you're going to succeed. So you should never leave your effort of continuously working. It will definitely reach you to success one day. And then outside world is not all the time encouraging. Like it, friend frogs which were there on the top, which was constantly discouraging. But it thought, because of its deafness, that the world outside is encouraging. So keep a deaf ear to the people who talk ill about you. You might have scored any amount of marks, lesser marks in your lower classes. Doesn't mean that you will be scoring less only for this year. Always put your effort. It's definitely going to land you in success. So with that, I wish you all the best. Now let's start. This program is called Spare a Minute to Win It, and the topic of today's discussion is acid, bases and salts. And in this episode, more emphasis is being given for the concept of pH, because more likely is that this year you might be getting more questions based on this. So keeping in that mind, the emphasis is given in this episode for pH and concepts based on pH. Now before we start, I want the participants to introduce yourself. Yeah, start from there.
My name is Bhagyalakshmi. I am from Oxford State. I am coming from Chennai.
Myself Anu Yadav, and I am from Oxford English High School, coming from JP Nagar.
My name is Sagar Anand. I am studying Gokul Vidya Kendra. I came from Saraki.
Okay. Now before we start, let me just explain the rules of this quiz program. Spare a minute to learn it. It's a sure way to win it. Okay. The first rule is that this program is having 3 rounds. Each round is given with a different title. The first round is called the premium round. It consists of 12 questions, and each participant will be given 1 minute to answer 4 questions. And every correct answer carries 10 marks. In case the participant is not knowing the answer for the asked question, the participant can pass. Then for the past question, whoever presses the buzzer first will be given the chance to answer, and for the correct answer it carries 5 marks. Now the second round, It is called Quick Memory Round, QMR. And this round consists of 6 questions. Any participant who presses the buzzer first will be given the chance to answer the question. If pressing the buzzer answer is correct, then the participant will be awarded with 10 marks. And after pressing the buzzer, if the participant is not able to answer, then 2 marks will be deducted from the already scored marks. Then the last round, the third round, which is called brainstorming round. It will be an individual round. Each individual has to answer as many questions as possible in 1 minute time. So after 1 minute time, whatever the number of questions you have answered correctly, 5 marks will be awarded to it. In case if the participant is not knowing answer for any of the question, can say next, so that we proceed further with the next question instead of wasting the time. Okay, so now let's start with the first round, the premium round. Here comes the first question. This question is for A, to Bhagya. The concept of pH to measure strength of acids and bases was given by. You know, the pH is a concept, is a scientific way of measuring the strength of an acid. So how much strong or weaker the acid? The concept was given by which scientist? Option A, Sorensen. Option B, Lewis. Option C, Arrhenius. Option D, Lowry. Your time starts now. Option B, Lewis. Now, let's see whether it's correct. No. The concept of pH was given by the scientist Sorensen. Okay. So you don't get any marks for that. Now let's proceed to the next question. Here comes the second question. As the fresh milk turns to curd, the pH, option A, will not change. Option B, increases. Option C, decreases. Option D, becomes equal to 7.
Option C.
Option C, decreases. Why do you think that it decreases, Bhagya Lakshmi?
Because the word is lactic acid, which has to change from base to acid.
Good. Very good. That's the answer. The pH of the fresh milk after turning to curd definitely decreases. It's due to the formation of lactic acid, and because it's an acid, definitely the pH will be decreasing. So now let's proceed to the next question. The acid present in nettle sting is option A, acetic acid, and the molecular formula of acetic acid is CH3COOH. Option B, oxalic acid, molecular formula H2C2O4. Option C, methanoic acid, formula HCOOH. Option D, lactic acid, molecular formula is C3H6O3.
Option C, methanoic acid, HCOOH.
Good. That's the answer. Methanoic acid is also called formic acid. So that is the acid which is present in the nettle sting. Now what happens when methanoic acid is been injected to the human skin? It develops rashes, it develops inflammation, redness and irritation. So how to overcome that? We can apply an alkali so that it neutralizes the effect of the acid. Okay. So now let's go to the next question. The pH of saliva before meal is option A 7.3, option B 5.8, option C 2.6, option D 4.
Option B, 5.8.
The pH of saliva before meal, option B 5.8 is your answer. Okay. It is 7.3. So before meal it is 7.3. the pH actually changes before meal. It will be having 7.3. Let us see what will be the pH after we have the meals in the next coming questions. Now the question goes to participant B, Anu Yadav. This question is for you. The pH of coffee is option A 7, option B 6, option C 4, option D 5.
It will be 4.5 and 5.5. So I go for option D.
Option
D.
D. So let's see. Option D 5.5 and it is acidic. This is the reason why people are not advised to drink too much of coffee. It's going to cause acidity in the stomach, later on leading to other discomforts because of acidity. Okay, the next question for Anu Yadav. Which of the following is known as dead burnt plaster? Your options are option A quicklime, CaO is its molecular formula. Option B slaked lime, molecular formula CaOH twice. Option C calcium sulfate, formula is CaSO4. Option D limestone, molecular formula is CaCO3.
Option C calcium sulfate.
You're guessing, or do you know really that is the answer? You're guessing, or do you know that it's the answer? Would you go in for C option only? Your time is running. It's 30 seconds left.
I'll go for option A.
Now think again. "13 seconds more."
Ma'am, option D.
You're telling me all the options. So option D.
Yeah, ma'am.
So let's see. It was option C, which is
I thought of
calcium sulfate, because when the plaster of Paris, which is having the molecular formula CaSO4 of H2O, heated above 393 Kelvin, will lose the water of crystallization and it becomes anhydrous in nature. This anhydrous calcium sulfate, we call it as dead burnt plaster. Okay, bad luck with that. Anyway, let's see for the next questions. So next question to you all. What is the action of sulfuric acid with phenolphthalein solution? Option A, it turns blue. Option B, it remains blue. Option C, becomes colorless. Option D, it becomes pink.
option D.
Option D, it becomes pink. Okay. So it becomes colorless. Phenolphthalein becomes colorless. So next question. Which of the following salt does not contain water of crystallization? That means water of crystallization means it's a water molecule which is present along with the compound in the form of crystals. In the options given, which one of them is not having that water of crystallization? Option A, blue vitriol. Option B, baking soda. Option C, washing soda. Option D, gypsum. Time starts now. Which one of them is not having water of crystallization? This will be your
Option
last question too also. this round?
Option D.
You go for option D. Got 25 seconds more. Okay.
Ma'am,
10 seconds. Choose quickly. So
option A, ma'am.
option A. Okay. It is option B, baking soda, which is not having any water molecule in it. Blue vitriol is copper sulfate, pentahydrate, 5 molecules of water. Washing soda, sodium carbonate, decahydrate, 10 molecules of water. Gypsum, calcium sulfate with 2 molecules of water. So the only one which is not having water molecule in it is baking soda. Okay. So the next question is for Sagar Anand. Well played. The ninth, that's the first question to you. And tooth enamel is made up of option A, calcium phosphate, Ca3PO4 twice, calcium sulfate, option B, CaSO4, option C, magnesium phosphate, Mg3PO4 twice, option D, magnesium sulfate, MgSO4.
Option A.
Option A, calcium phosphate. Okay, that's a correct answer. Tooth enamel is made up of calcium phosphate. Second question for you. Which of the following is not a base? NaOH, KOH, NH4OH, C2H5OH.
Option D.
Option D, C2H5OH. That's a correct answer because it is ethyl alcohol. The remaining are all base. NaOH is sodium hydroxide, KOH is potassium hydroxide, NH4OH is ammonium hydroxide. So only one which is not a base is C2H5OH, which is ethyl alcohol or ethanol. Next question. Which of the following statement is true for acids? Option A, bitter and change red litmus to blue. Option B, sour and change red litmus to blue. Option C, sour and change blue litmus to red. Option D, bitter and change blue litmus to red.
Option C.
Option C, it is sour and changes blue litmus to red. Sure? So yes, answer is option C. Acids are sour to taste and they change blue litmus to red. It was simple guess or you really knew the answer?
Simple yes.
Okay. Anyway, that guess yielded you marks. Very good. Now let's go to the last question of yours. Which of the following can be used as an acid-base indicator by visually impaired student? That is a condition. Visually impaired student, which one of the following he can use it as an acid-base indicator? Option A, litmus. Option B, turmeric. Option C, petunia leaves. Option D, vanilla essence.
Litmus A.
You go for litmus A. There is a condition given to you. Okay. So now let's look into the answer. Answer was vanilla essence. Visually impaired was a clue given to you. You cannot make it. So it is only with olfactory indicator you could have gone with. Okay. Well played. So with that we have completed the first round. Now let's get into the second round. This round is called
Quick memory round.
quick memory round. This is a buzzer round. Whoever presses the buzzer first will be given a chance to answer the question. Every correct answer carries 10 marks. After pressing the buzzer, if you do not answer, you lose 2 marks from the marks that you scored in the first round. So before we go with this, let us look into the scores each one of you have scored. Bhagya has scored 20 marks. Congratulations. And Anu Yadav has scored again 20 marks. Congratulations. And Sagar Anand 30 marks. You are in the lead. Congratulations. Now, you know the rules of the quick memory round. So now let's start. Sodium hydrogen carbonate, when added to acetic acid, evolves a gas. Which of the following statements are true about the gas evolved? It turns lime water milky. It extinguishes a burning splinter. It dissolves in a solution of sodium hydroxide. It has a pungent odor. Option A 1 and 2 are correct. Option B 1, 2, 3 are correct. Option C 2, 3 and 4 are correct. Option D 1 and 4 are correct. Twenty seconds left. None of you are going to give a trial.
Option A.
Option A. Eight seconds. So let's see for the answer. 1 minute completed. That is option B. 1, 2 and 3 are correct for this. It turns lime water milky. Second option, it extinguishes burning splinter. And third option, it dissolves in a solution of sodium hydroxide. Okay, let's proceed to the second question in this round. Match the chemical substance of column A with their correct application in column B. Column A and B are displayed to you. Your time starts from now. Whoever presses the buzzer quickly will be given a chance to answer. Yes?
Option B.
Option B. Let us look into the answer. It is option C. Because of its bleaching action, it causes decolorization, and baking soda is an antacid which is used for treating acidity, and washing soda, one of its use is for making the glasses, and sodium chloride is used in the production of chlorine and hydrogen gas. Chlorine gets evolved at the anode terminal and hydrogen at the cathode terminal. Okay, now let's look into the next question. Which of the following gives correct increasing order of acidic strength? Options are displayed to you. You can look at the option and your time starts from now.
Option A.
Sagar Andar tells it's option A. Still 39 seconds more. If you want to give a try, you can try.
Option D.
Option D. Sagar Anand tells it is option A.
Option A.
Option A. Okay. All of you have made an attempt. Now let's look into the answer. It is option A, which is the correct answer. So, the increasing order of the acidic strength is water is weak, compared to water, acetic acid is stronger, compared to acetic acid, hydrochloric acid is stronger because it will undergo complete ionization. Okay. Next, match the chemical substance of column A with their correct source in column B. Your time starts from now. Yeah, tell me.
Option C.
Option C.
Option D, ma'am.
Option D. Okay.
Same, ma'am. D.
Option D. Okay. Now let's look into the answer. Yeah, it is option D. All of you have come to the same conclusion. Let's look into the answer once correctly. Acetic acid,
Acetic
Is
acid.
vinegar.
Vinegar.
citric acid,
Orange.
orange. Oxalic
Tomato.
acid is present in tomato. And tartaric acid
Tamarind.
is present in tamarind. Okay. So now, let's look into the next question. What will be the action of litmus with sodium hydrogen carbonate, soap solution, lemon juice? Action of litmus is what color to what color it changes. That's a clue I'm giving. The time has already started. Yes.
Sodium bicarbonate, no change. Soap solution, red, so blue to red, and lemon juice, blue to blue to red in lemon juice. Soap solution, red to blue, so blue to red.
Now you need to be correct. Come back again.
Sodium bicarbonate, no change. Soap
Okay.
solution from blue to red, lemon juice red to blue. Sorry, no, wrong. Sodium bicarbonate, no change. Soap solution, red to, sorry, blue to red, and lemon juice, blue to red.
Both
of them are blue to red. And NaHCO3, no action. Yes, Anu?
NaHCO3, no change. Soap solution, it turns red litmus paper into blue, and lemon juice, it turns blue litmus paper into red.
Okay. So timed up there. Now let's look into the answer. Sodium hydrogen carbonate turns red litmus solution to blue because it is a base. Soap solution also contains sodium salt of long chain fatty acids, so it's a salt. Again it will change red litmus to blue. And lemon juice, you know, it is a citric acid, so therefore blue litmus changes to red. Okay. Now, next, match the chemical substance of column A with their correct acid and salt in column B. Your time starts from now.
Option A.
Option A. Okay.
Option B.
Option B. Okay.
Option B, ma'am.
Option B. Okay, all of you have answered. Now let's look into the correct answer. It's option B. KNO3 is potassium nitrate, and potassium nitrate, its acid and salt will be nitric
Nitric
acid and
acid.
potassium hydroxide. Silver nitrate, again nitrate
Nitri-
irodri in the nitric acid and silver
Silver
hydroxide.
hydroxide.
Magnesium chloride, its acid will be hydrochloric acid
And
and
magnesium,
magnesium
hydroxide.
hydroxide. Ammonium carbonate is carbonic acid and
Ammonium
ammonium
hydroxide.
hydroxide. So that is B, which was giving you all the correct options. So with that, we have completed our quick memory round. We'll look into the scores at the end of the program. Now let's proceed with the next round, the third round, which is a brainstorming round. It's an individual round. Within 1 minute of time, how many questions ever possible you can answer. So now the question for Bhagyalakshmi. The formula for POP is if you're not getting the answer, you can say next, at least you can answer the next coming off.
half H2.
Plaster of Paris. Okay, let's see later. Next, the soda which is used for water softening is.
Baking soda.
Okay, the acid present in rainwater is.
Mineral acid.
You should tell the name of the acid. The pH level of saliva after meals is
5.3.
5.3. Are metallic oxide acidic or basic?
Basic.
Basic. The salt obtained by the reaction of zinc metal on NaOH is. Sorry, time up there. So now let's look into the answers. The formula for POP, plaster of Paris, calcium sulfate hemihydrate of H2O, or you can also tell it as 2CaSO4.H2O. The soda which is used for water softening is washing soda. The acid present in rainwater is carbonic acid. H2CO3 is carbonic acid. Carbon dioxide in the air mixes with water of the rain and then becomes H2CO3, carbonic acid. The pH level of saliva after meals is 5.5. Before meals will be
7.8.
correct. Then, are metallic oxide acidic or basic?
Basic.
Metallic oxides are always basic and non-metallic oxides will always be acidic. Okay, so now the next set of questions for Anu. The formula for washing soda is
Washing soda, Na2OH. Washing
Na2OH. The formula for washing soda is. You want to say next, you can leave this question, we can proceed further. You can answer more.
NaO2H. Next.
Okay. The soda which is used as an antacid is
Soda which is used as an antacid.
used in the treatment of acidity.
Acidity.
Can go for the next.
Next.
The acid present in bee sting is
Methanoic acid.
methanoic acid. Okay. Tooth decay occurs when pH.
Is less than 5.6.
Okay. Basic solution also contain H plus. Sorry, time up. We can't proceed with the next set of questions. So let's see the answers. The formula for washing soda is Na2CO3.10H2O. We actually repeated in one of the previous questions. The soda which is used as an antacid is baking soda. The acid present in bee sting is methanoic acid or formic acid. Only that I think you answered correct. And the 2 decay occurs when pH falls below 5.5. You answered this correctly. Okay, only so many questions. Now, question for Sagar Anand. The color of caustic soda solution turns pink when phenolphthalein is added. True or false?
True.
The base used in the preparation of synthetic fiber rayon is.
Next.
The substance which yields bleaching powder on treatment with chlorine is.
Next.
Living beings carry out their metabolic activities with an optimum pH range. Is it true or false?
False.
Okay. The formula of baking powder is.
Sodium bicarbonate.
The formula.
NaHCO3.
Okay. The base used in the whitewashing of walls is.
Gypsum.
Okay, next. The acid used in the making of explosive TNT is.
Next.
Acids do not show acidic behavior in the absence of water because.
It does not react with water.
No.
Next.
So sorry, time up. So let's look into the answers. The color of caustic soda solution turns pink when phenolphthalein is added. True or false? You said it as true. That's the correct answer. The base used in the preparation of synthetic fiber rayon is sodium hydroxide, NaOH. The substance which yields bleaching powder on treatment with chlorine is dry slaked lime, calcium hydroxide. Living beings carry out their metabolic activities with an optimum pH range. True, because all metabolic activities are under the control of enzymes, and enzymes definitely require an optimum pH range to work properly. The formula of baking powder is sodium hydrogen carbonate. NaHCO3 is its formula. Name is sodium hydrogen carbonate. The base used in whitewashing of walls is calcium hydroxide. No, it is not gypsum. It is calcium hydroxide. This was the last question. The acid used in the making of explosive TNT, trinitrotoluene, is nitric acid. Nitric acid, when treated with phenol, gives you trinitrotoluene. I think only this many questions he answered. Acids do not show acidic behavior in the absence of water because
They do not produce
hydrogen
express
ions are not obtained. Hydrogen ions occurs only in the presence of water by undergoing the process of dissociation. Okay, so with that we have come to the end of this program of this session. In this episode wherein we learnt in detail about the concepts purely based more on pH, though we had a general study about other aspects as well. Okay, now let's look into the final scores. Scores is only given to show you how quickly you answered. That's it. Anyway, this marks is not an indication of your true capabilities. You are capable of much more things, much more achievement. Time is there, still you can practice. I'm sure each one of you will come out as a winner, securing more percentage of marks. I wish you all the best. Let us celebrate. I congratulate Bhagyalakshmi of Oxford School for participating in the first episode of Spare a Minute to Learn It episode. I want Bhagya to share her experience about the program.
Thank you for calling me for this program, ma'am. You thought me capable, thank you for it. It was actually a very interactive program. From this, courage and self-confidence increases, by which even mine also increased too. And I love participating in this program, and thank you for supporting us.
Thank you. I congratulate Anu Yadav of Oxford School for participating in the first episode of Spare a Minute to Learn It, the sure way to win it quiz program. And I would like Anu to share her experience.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. For me, the participation is more important than the winning a prize. I learned today that I will get nervousness, but I learned many lessons from this. I can just get the answers by means I tried my level best by. It was wrong answer to me, but I tried the right answer. I will be just repeating the episodes, and I will participate in this quiz program. Thanks a lot for this.
Good. Congratulations. I congratulate Sagar Anand of Gokul Vidya Kendra for participating in the first episode of Spare a Minute to Learn It, the sure way to win it quiz program. And I would request Sagar Anand to share his experience.
Thank you, ma'am, to call to this quiz program. I learned so many things which I not learned in class. Thank you,
Okay. Good.